All right, the Androids will be out soon, and we're not talking about a summer blockbuster, but a phone. The Android is Google's operating system, storming the U.S. in a series of smartphones by the end of the year. The first will be the myTouch, which goes on sale from T-Mobile next week. Bloomberg's Rich Jarzlowski has been giving the myTouch a test drive and is here to tell us whether it's time to get rid of your iPhone or BlackBerry and pick up one of these. What do you think? First of all, why is it worth paying attention to? There's a sea of phones out there.
Well, the sea of phones is about to get, the tide is rising. There'll be about 18 new models of Android phones between now and the end of the year. And this really represents Google's major foray into the smartphone market. They're taking on Apple, they're taking on Palm, they're taking on BlackBerry, Microsoft. And they're banking a lot on being able to have a broad variety of devices running this new operating system.
So what is what is the plan here with Google? What do they have to offer that others don't?
Well, that's the key issue, and it isn't quite clear right now, even after playing with this phone for a week or so. It's a perfectly acceptable smartphone. It does the basics. It does play music. It does video. But there's nothing in it that really commends itself to the user. And what it really is Google's effort by putting out this operating system, letting manufacturers use it for free, making it open source. They want to get it adopted as widely as possible so that users will be using Google software wherever they are.
So it's not like, I mean, the BlackBerry is better for messaging. The iPhone has superior internet connectivity. By the way, this is just my personal opinion. Having used the two products, does the Android do something special, or do they just want to take over sort of the phone operating system business?
This device, at least, would suggest the latter rather than the former. The iPod is a superb entertainment device. You've got a lot of games and things coming for it. You can play music, obviously, the iPod, the embedded iPod. The Palm Pre is a very slick operating system that allows multitasking. By contrast, not much here actually is new. It doesn't do corporate email as well as BlackBerry. There's nothing in it that I could find, with the possible exception of the integration with Google's own search services, that really stood out.
Bottom line, you do not seem impressed at all, and that's, I mean, clearly they want to impress. Who's to blame for the failure, I guess, here?
Well, I think everybody deserves a little bit of the blame. Google has come out with an operating system, much like Microsoft Windows, that has to operate across a broad variety of devices, and that means there are going to be some compromises. T-Mobile is trying to make a big splash in the marketplace with the smartphone. They haven't really had a compelling offering, so they're trying to push this out there. The device itself is made by a Taiwan-based company called HTC. It's known in the rest of the world as the HTC Magic, and it has limitations. The screen's a little bit too narrow. It's very tough to type on, and as you said earlier, there's nothing really that it does, no one thing that stands out.
All right. Hey, Rich, thanks so much for joining us to talk about the Android. Rich Jarzlowski, their Bloomberg columnist.